The Book of Boba Fett, Episode 3, is now out on Disney Plus for you guys to go and check out. I have just watched it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this episode. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe. And without further ado, let's jump straight into this review of Episode 3 of The Book of Boba Fett.
Speak freely.
Okay, so I have been loving the first two episodes. I loved everything about them, the flashbacks, the character development of Boba Fett, giving us a different side of him. Now when we move into episode 3, I was excited for it. I don't think this one's as good as the first two. I don't know, there's just something about this episode that just didn't click 100% with me. I thought there were some weird choices made in this episode, but overall I still enjoyed it. We obviously had a big misdirect, but then could this be another misdirect coming our way? Because it was insinuated that the mayor was going to be the villain in the first episode, and then we saw the twins, the other Hutts, they were insinuated that they were going to be the villains. And now we get another spin, another twist that the Pikes are now going to be the villains. So they've got a little bit of a twist and turns here. There's some bait and switches going on left, right, and center right now, making us think one thing. Next thing you know, it's actually this. So whether or not the Pikes are actually going to be the villains at the end, or if it's the Hutts really doing everything, don't know. Who knows with this show at the moment, because there's twists and turns, and there's not many. I think there's 6 episodes or something, so we're halfway through already. But we did get some more progression in the story of the time right now. We got to see Boba and some reasons why some people are having problems and don't want to accept him. Obviously, that gang is still back. They wiped out the Tuskens when Boba went and demolished them and stole their thing. They come back when Boba's off, and they obviously killed all his Tusken family that he was with. And that kind of, they give us that little teaser, like there's something brewing between Boba Fett and this gang. And what is going to come of that, I don't know. We're probably going to get another flashback in the next episode. I'm going to get a big flashback, I think, to the fight of Boba fighting them and probably killing them as payback for what they did to the Tuskens. Because he obviously had a relationship and a connection and family aura about him with those particular characters. With the Tusken Raiders, they were like a bond. He had bonded with them. He created a family, something he hadn't had since Jango died. He has never had that by the looks of it. And now he feels like revenge. So that's all that stuff. But in the present time, he obviously is dealing with trying to run the joint and become like this leader. But people aren't buying it, so he helps this one guy out and then recruits these other gang members to join him. Which I thought was weird, because I'm like, it's Boba Fett. Like, people aren't scared of Boba Fett, but it's Boba Fett. Like, everyone knows the legends of this guy, and now all of a sudden no one's scared of him. I just find that weird. Like, that to me didn't feel right. Like, the fact that people weren't scared, like those gangs were like, oh, we know who you are. Like, it's like, yo, that's fucking Boba Fett, mate. You know this guy. Like, this guy is a fierce bounty hunter. Like, this guy is someone not to fuck around. Like, we know the legends of this guy. So that was a bit weird. That didn't make sense to me, why they went down that route and not have him be this like feared and he's trying to turn the tables. I don't know. That felt weird. The mayor stuff, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the mayor. I don't know. And the creature, I forget its name. It starts with R. I forget its name. The big, I think it's Raycorn, something like that. That is brought in. I don't know if I trust it. Because he just gives me weird vibes. He just gives me weird vibes with that whole thing. So I don't 100% trust it. I don't know. I don't trust that thing at all. Like, it just, something's fishy about him. Something's very fishy about him. Especially when he said that line, like, he'll be back. Like, that just kind of made me feel like, are they planning to try and eat Boba with that? Interesting. Then you had the Wookiee as well. Now, people have been telling me about how good this Wookiee is. He is in the comics, and apparently he's like an absolute weapon and a beast. We got to see him in action here. And whether or not he's going to come back into play, I don't know. He could potentially come back to play later on in the story. He could come back to help Boba. I don't know. Join Boba. We don't know. There's possibilities for that. The music was on point, though. I have to say, the music was on point. I loved the score throughout this whole entire show. I think they nailed the theme, the Boba Fett theme. I love that. It just fits perfectly. Fits absolutely perfectly. The chase sequence, I must say as well, it had its moments where it looked really, really good, and then moments where I was kind of like, okay, that's a bit questionable. There's some stuff that happens throughout. It felt very slow pace. That chase sequence felt very slow. I don't know how or why it did, but as you're watching it, you just felt like they weren't even trying to get away. It was kind of just happening, going through the emotions. I get it's in the tight area in that, but you're thinking like maybe you could go a bit faster. Like, especially after you watch Solo, a Star Wars story, and you see how fast he goes in between maneuvering things in such tight areas in a bigger speeder. You're kind of thinking like, this is Star Wars. Like, people are supposed to be able to maneuver these speeders in and out of little things like quick as. So the speed chase, it didn't have that element of like, wow, this is really, really cool. Like, this is an epic speed chase. It kind of just felt like, are we going to catch this dude already? Come on, hurry up and just catch this dude. And yeah, that was all weird. And there was shots of it where I looked at it and I was like, that's completely fake. I can tell that's completely fake. And it sort of took me out of the episode. It looked good. I didn't mind the look of that. I think it looks so much better when it's in the day. In those dark moments, it was a bit hard to see. I think the lighting wasn't quite up to standard in the certain dark places where he's sitting there with the Raycor trying to talk to old mate. I think that could be lit a bit better because it was a bit dark. But overall, the lighting was good. It looks gorgeous in the day. I really like the look of the day. Even the sand dune looks absolutely incredible when he's walking with the Bantha. That looks all good. I still am looking forward to the next episode now. I'm interested to see what the Pikes are trying to do and what's going to happen with that, because it feels like that's what they're building up to, is the Pikes versus Boba Fett. That is going to be the big battle. Whether or not the Hutts are playing, I don't know if they are playing, both of them. They could be, who knows, or if there's another syndicate that's involved. Are we going to see some people from Crimson Dawn come in? Don't know. This is all what's going to happen, but this could go anyway. I mean, 3 episodes to go. I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to get another flashback, and we're going to wrap up. I'm predicting the next episode, episode 4, will wrap up the flashback stuff. I think that's going to wrap up all that stuff, and then we're going to move forward with the current timeline story. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Not the best episode. I don't think it's as good as 1 and 2, but I enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe, and peace out.